So I discovered the story of Jenny Wenner, who was known as Mexican Jenny, in a textile arts magazine in the 1990s. And I heard about her through an announcement of an exhibit of a quilt that she made while she was a prisoner at the territorial prison in Canyon City, Colorado. According to the article, Jenny had been a prostitute in Cripple Creek, a gold mining town, and she killed her husband with his own gun after he beat her up for not bringing home enough money. She was convicted of murder, and in prison apparently made a quilt from her own clothes that she wore as a prostitute. And in the quilt, she embroidered the image of her dead husband. And in my imagination, I always thought of that as this little kind of portrait of him. But actually, after I published the book, I connected with the granddaughter of a woman who owned the quilt, and she sent me a picture, and actually, it was like an outline of his dead body with blood. So she incorporated that image into her quilt. When she contracted tuberculosis in prison, the quilt was apparently sold, and the money was used to send her to Mexico, where she apparently died shortly thereafter. But the story haunted me, and I wanted to know who this woman was and what had brought her to Colorado. I assumed, since her name was Mexican Jenny, that she was from Mexico. And over the years, I tried to piece together this story from the historical record and, didn't find really anything. So I started writing this with just the bare bones of this compelling story. And then later on, found some historical information, some of which contradicted the story that I had already written. So I just left those contradictions there. I also found that some of the parts of the historical record were unbelievable to me. One of the parts of the story was that after she killed her husband, she fled to Mexico, and that the sheriff tracked her down. And according to the court testimony, he said